What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing very well indeed. It's game week 11 here on Sorare NBA. Let me run you through my lineups that I'm going to be putting out this week. Share with you some tips I think are going to be helpful. And also, we've kept the winning streak going. We've kept up this mental winning streak to start off season 2 in any case. And also, because it's Black Friday, Cyber Monday, there's a little deal that I can share with you that Sorare NBA are putting out on auctions this week. There'll be a link in that in the description down below. I'll get onto that in a minute. Let's jump into the video. That's right. Like I said at the top of the video, Sorare have got a Cyber Monday offer for everyone playing the game. That's right. New and existing users, 50% discount, up to $40 off. It's auctions only. It runs out obviously at the end of Cyber Monday. There's a link down below somewhere, wherever it will be where I'm posting this, to make sure you go and get involved in it. You've got to get involved in this sort of thing. This doesn't happen very often on Sorare in any case. Use the link down below, new or existing users, and let's get on with the video. And hey, if you haven't signed up to Sorare yet, I don't know what you're doing. It's the best fantasy sports game that's out there, whether it's on the football, the basketball, or the baseball. Use the link down below. It'll help me out a little bit. New and existing users, let's get on with it. Right then, starting the video off, as said, with the common lineups that's coming here now. Obviously, as ever, if I do win the reward, if I win a limited card this week, I'll be giving it away to a subscriber like I always do. So just make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave a comment and a like on the video. Moving on to the lineup. Luka Doncic MVP, he's only got one game this week, which is a little bit shaky when there are teams that have got 2 and 3 games this game week. But he is playing the Rockets, and Luka is Luka. So I'm going to run him as my MVP. I think it'd be silly not to. Moving on down, I'm in a 3-game week schedule. Whenever this happened last year, and in any case of the NBA, you're going to get guys that don't normally get minutes or don't normally see a lot of minutes see an uptick. Remember this for when I go into my limited and my rare lineups. But in these type of games, these game weeks, when there are a lot of games involved, you have to think of potential differentials. Some guys are going to randomly sit on rest management or injury management or however they're going to claim it. So just bear that in mind when you're putting together lineups. In any case, Kawhi Leonard with 3 games realistically is 2. Kawhi will not. I will be amazed if Kawhi Leonard plays all 3 of these games here. I can see him sitting the Kings game and he'll play against the Nuggets and the Warriors. That's how I see it happening, but who knows? I'm still going to throw him in, I think. I'm also going to pick Jalen Brunson in this lineup as well. He's just been on a heater right now for the Knicks. It makes no... If he's playing the Pistons and the Hornets, I kind of have to throw him in there, even though he's at an L10 of 39. He had a really good game against the Suns. He got 67 in that one. So I think it would be silly if I didn't throw him in my lineup. In any case, at least we have 21 left with 2 spots remaining. Now, this is where I really wish that I had some of the other sort of potential role players that I'm going to get into later. But in my commons right now, Jaden Springer's a decent one. That would have helped if it selected the right one. Jaden Springer, I'll throw in there. We'll go back down. We'll put him in at an 8. We'll go throw in Jalen Brunson again. That then leaves me with 34. I did want to put Brook Lopez in. He's been looking very good for the Bucks, and the Bucks have looked shaky in any case, but he's been putting up good stat lines. And a game against the Bulls is very good because he will dominate Vucevic. But Tobias Harris has also been very good for the Sixers. He's tailed off a little bit. The game against the Pelicans I quite like for him because I've got a feeling Ingram might sit that. I'll go with Brook Lopez for now, but that might change. But this is how I'd go. Almost not my mic then. This is how I'm going to go for commons. Next one up. Okay then, limited champion as well. The reason I'm doing all of this before my in-season for me has not gone well the last 3 weeks. I've picked good guys, but they've just had bad games for that. When they have sort of 2 games in the week and one of them's the in-season, they've always performed badly in the in-season and then had a good game in the second one, which doesn't count for me. So I'm not going to necessarily dominate. I'm not going to let that affect my lineups for it just for the in-season tournament. I'm going to still prioritize champion for this at this point. If I was higher up in the rankings, it maybe be a bit different, but I'm not. So we're going to run Joel Embiid. We're going to run Luka. I'll save Giannis, I feel, for the in-season. This is one of these weeks now. James Harden is at a 33. He's going to have a big game soon, I feel. I feel he's playing all 3 of these as well. Whereas I don't think Kawhi will. Maybe Paul George won't as well. I think James Harden will. And at 33 with 3 games against the Nuggets haven't looked stellar recently. They've looked fine for Denver, but they haven't looked at their peak and their pomp. But I really like that game for the Warriors against James Harden. All of the Clippers guys, so I should say, not the Sixers, all of the Clippers guys are really, really good. So I'm going to throw James Harden in there as well. I would advise you getting one of the Clippers guys in for this week, not Westbrook, but a Terrence Mann, a Norm Powell, James Harden, a Kawhi Leonard, a Paul George. They're all solid options. One of them is going to go off on one of these games each, but I'm going to roll with James Harden. If I throw Spencer Dinwiddie in as well, who has also been seeing a lot of usage in Brooklyn currently, who's got a game against the Raptors who have looked a bit shaky, and also the Hornets, who are now probably going to be without LaMelo Ball as well for a little while. That then leaves me with 8 left. Now, I don't think I can get Springer in. Springer is 8, but he's also picking up a questionable tag due to illness, and he burned me already once on a champion lineup, so I'm not sure I want to throw him in there again. The one that I'm looking at is Jackson Hayes. Now, this is when I spoke about Jackson Hayes in the pretext of everything beforehand. The Lakers have got 3 games within, 3 days? If Anthony Davis plays all of them, I'll be gobsmacked. So this is a game where he should come in. This is a game where he should come into it. So I'm going to put Jackson Hayes in this lineup. It's done it again. I'm going to throw Jackson Hayes in here. I'm going to go and put Spencer Dinwiddie back, and that's going to be my champion one. I could have Jordan Clarkson, but at an L10 30, he's also been ill recently, and he hasn't been back there at it. He has got a game against the Grizzlies, which is really nice, but I'm going to roll with Spencer Dinwiddie in any case. Let me do my champion, my contender, and my underdog lineups now. So like I said, obviously with Contender, the same premise is going to apply. I still think that Jackson Hayes is going to be a smash pick this week. I might be wrong, but this is where I think my margins come in, my alpha comes in. I think Jackson Hayes will get a game where Anthony Davis will not receive any minutes, and that's where he's going to go through. So he's not going to be projecting well right now, because I assume the projections are going to be counting Anthony Davis to play all 3. I don't think he will. That's where I'm taking the risk, shall we say. So I'm going to throw Jackson Hayes in both contender and champion, and probably underdog as well. Quentin Grimes is also going to go in there. He's got 2 games against the Pistons and the Hornets. It's a no-brainer for me. I know he hasn't been playing amazing for QG, but I feel like there is a game that's coming. He's just been in a shooting slump. I feel like he's going to get extended minutes in these games, because they're going to really try and get they got to get him going. They need some of these guys to go. I know they got quickly and a few others, but I'm going to go for Grimes this one. That's leaving me with 29 left. Where do I want to go from here? Paul Reed is a potential one. I'm not feeling Paul Reed this week. I'm going to go for Terrence Mann. Like I said, I love the Clippers picks this week. Some of the guys like Mann and Powell are going to be solid options. I think Terrence Mann, he's been in and out of the starting lineup. He's been receiving better minutes. I feel like these are going to be one of the games where he gets a lot of the ball if people do sit. So Terrence Mann will go in there for me like that. Norm Powell is also an option, but I want to see what I can do without Norm Powell. If I go Norm Powell, that leaves me with 50. I don't think I can get Giannis. I could get Maxey in here, but 48 is very high for Maxey. I don't know if he's actually going to get near that per se. Sabone at 44 is not bad, but again, I got a Paul George here at 42. Now 42 is high, but he's got 3 games to do it, and I still think he'll only play 2, which then counter predicts what I should say. I should really go and pick Sabonis, because if I think he's only playing 2, I shouldn't do that. But I don't know. I've just got a feeling with Paul George that he's maybe a little bit more likely than Kawhi to play 3. If we go Paul George, that leaves me with 28 left. I can get a Jabari Smith Jr. in there. I can get an RJ Barrett in there, or a Jordan Poole. Now, I know Jordan Poole's got a questionable tag through his ankle, but for the time being, I'll throw him in there. He's looked a little bit more settled in recent weeks. The game against Detroit is fine, and Detroit are terrible, so I'll take that all day long. But I think if we can do that, I think I'm going to go with it. If not, I'd swap him out for Jabari. If we know he's not going to play the Detroit game, I'll swap him out for Jabari Smith Jr. because I like both Denver and Dallas for Jabari Smith Jr. He had a big game against Denver the other week. So I think that will be my contender. Stay with me now, because we'll also do my underdog live right now. We'll scroll on down. We've got an alternate 12 across 5 people. The first one is going to be, we're actually going to run Jackson Hayes in all 3 lineups right now. I just feel like if he's ever going to do it, it's this week. 13 left to play with. Kenyon Martin Jr. could be someone that gets minutes this week. I don't know why Mika Potter's coming there. Mika Potter's not even getting minutes. So I don't even want to look at him for that. But Jackson Hayes. Nikola Jovic did receive his first minutes of of the seat, or for a long time for the Heat the other day because I had so many people out. Kenny Martin Jr.'s not seen any. Jaden Springer will throw in there. That leaves me with 15 left. JaVale McGee has been getting minutes, so we'll throw JaVale McGee in. That leaves me with 16 for the last 2 spots. Drew Eubanks has only got 1 game. Georges Niang has been getting minutes. Paul Reed has been seeing minutes, and he is a smash play. Whenever Embiid doesn't play, he's always a smash play. That would then leave me with 18, and I could put Josh Richardson in there. I think I'll do that. That'll be my limited underdog. Let's do rares now. Just realised as well, I forgot to show you the lineup that I won. It's only a tier 5. It's a rare champion reward. We were like 16th going into the last set of games, and just every differential out there slapped last night. Reggie Jackson went for 41. Like Brook Lopez had huge scores. Giannis had a huge score. Like Jokic had huge scores. There was huge scores everywhere, and we were like 14th. And then it all went wrong. Lillard didn't improve. Ant-Man didn't improve. Booker didn't improve. Josh Richardson didn't. Like it all went wrong. We still snagged the rewards, so we'll get a tier 5. There are a couple of tier 5s that are like okay, and they might have a week in the future, like a week like this week today, where there's loads of games going on, and they might get some minutes due to rotation. But I mean, a reward's a reward. It's good that we can keep the streak going, but let's build some lineups to win some more rare rewards. Right then, rare contender. So I'm going to do rare contender this week over champion because I just don't think my champion team is going to be good enough. I know I've got Booker, Ant-Man, Edwards, Lillard, Butler. I just don't think... Did I say Ant-Man instead of... I said Ant-Man Edwards, didn't I? Instead of Ant-Man Adebayo. In any case, I don't think I've got the MVPs for this game week. I don't think I've got the Giannis. I just don't think I'm going to... I don't think I'm going to be there. So I'm going to prioritize contender is the point I'm trying to make. And in doing so, I'm going to put Malcolm Brogdon at the top of this list. Got a game against the Pacers. He's coming off of an apps. I know it's the Bucks, and every guard goes nuts against the Bucks, but I'm not making the mistake of leaving him out, even if he has a questionable tag. I think I'm going to put him in the lineup. Also, I don't know if this is foolish, but I'm going to put Jackson Hayes in this as well. I am really banking currently on the Jackson Hayes performance due to an Anthony Davis rest game. So I'm across 3 or 4 lineups now with him. I've only got 1 rare card of his, so I'm only going to play him in contender. But the point being, we are set up. Now, the other one that's interesting is Fontecchio. He had a good World Cup. He's come back. He's got some minutes for the Jazz so far this season. He hasn't hit, well, he's hit 20 once, but he's not had a massive game. And it would be a potential risk to play him as well as Jackson Hayes in the same lineup. But it does allow me to do some interesting things. If I have Fontecchio and Hayes, that means I can also then throw Damian Lillard in, leaving me 19 left to go and pick up a Harrison Barnes or a Terrence Mann. Now, I'd probably go Mann just because of the 3 games this week, which then means I've got 3 shots at all of these guys here on lower L10s to perform, and then Damian Lillard and Malcolm Brogdon to put in solid scores across 2. I think that looks pretty good. Let me know what you think down below. Right, with rare champion then, I'm not going to run Bam Adebayo just because I know he's day-to-day, but 47 is still quite high, even against the Bucks and the Pacers. So I think I'm going to go Booker. Still think I'm going to go Booker. If KD's out, he's getting a lot of ball usage in any case. Anthony Edwards, I'll also throw in there, although 44 is just too high for him, I think, at the moment in terms of getting a real massive jump on that. I really like, for some reason, Mikal Bridges this week. I don't know why it's done that. I really like Mikal Bridges this week in general in terms of, I think that game against the Hornets is the one that's screaming out to me. Just Charlotte, not very good, especially when the Melo potentially is out as well. So we'll throw Mikal Bridges in there. That's leaving me with 19 left across the 2. I'm not going to put Jordan Poole in this lineup. I don't think I'm going to play him this week. I know it's a shock. But we're going to run Jaden Ivey. Now, he's got 3 games this week, and I've said that Detroit suck. But 3 games, he's back in the starting sort of lineup role that he was expecting to be to start the year. 3 games for him is literally the only reason, but I'm going to run him there. And then also the Josh Richardson that I've got off the Season 2 card. Primarily on the basis he fits. I could play Gary Trent Jr. instead, but he fits the lineup. And he has a game against the Bucks, and he's a guard. And that's literally my reasoning for it. So I don't expect Rare Champion to win for me this week. If it does, happy days. But I'm nowhere near as confident as I was, per se, for last week, for example, which did hit a reward. We'll do Rare Underdog as well, and then we'll also throw together my in-season tournament. I'll do this all right now with you. In terms of Rare Underdog, I don't have the Jackson Hayes. I do have an Ish Smith. I do have a Javon Carter. Both of them get minutes. Javon Carter's not been great in general in any case in terms of coming out there and putting on any forms of display. Utah is back. I know that. He did get minutes the other night. But again, I'm not expecting much from him. 15 left. Andrew Nemhard, I know he's had back issues, but at 15, he's not bad. Caleb Martin is actually a decent shout. He did quite well, especially when the Heat have had players out. Caleb Martin is an interesting option for it. That leaves me with 14 left, and I can throw Trendon Watford in, who has been getting minutes for the Nets. It's not a bad underdog lineup. They'll all get minutes, actually. So potentially something there. And then we'll go and have a look at what I can throw together for the in-season tournament. Again, I haven't been doing particularly great in it. It's probably an issue of the fact that I haven't been focusing on it is the issue. We'll throw Giannis in against the game against the Heat is what will count for him. Chris Middleton is going to be out injured. Day'Ron Sharpe, I don't particularly want to play in any case, but I might have to. Have I got any rare season cards? Harrison Barnes, I'll definitely play. Bobby Portis, I don't want to play if I'm going to play Giannis. So that means I need to throw in another card. We could throw in Julius Randle, and then we've got 40 left for the other spots. Bam is going to be a day-to-day. Domantas Sabonis against the Warriors, I'll definitely play. And then maybe Vucevic. We could put a Vucevic in. 37 left. Jaylen Brown. Yeah, do you know what? Jaylen Brown against the Bulls, we'll throw him in. And that'll be my in-season tournament lineup. Again, last call to make sure that you get involved in the deal that's currently going on for Cyber Monday when this video will be going up. Make sure you get involved in it. 50% discount up to $40. New and existing users. T's and C's will apply. Check the link in the description down below to get involved in it. That's going to wrap that one up there. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you do enjoy the content that we're doing here on Sorare NBA, please hit that subscribe button. Leave a like down below. Leave a comment as well to let me know any other videos that you'd like me to do on Sorare. And if not, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.